But right now, we have some really important information for you about rental assistance for both landlords and for tenants. And standing by to chat with us this morning on AM Buffalo is Joycelyn Moss. She's the Program Coordinator for Good Neighbours Healthcare here in Buffalo. Now, Joycelyn, the rental assistance, now it's got a name, it's the Emergency Rental Assistance Assistance Program. It's really good news for a lot of people who are struggling to pay their rent and also for landlords. Can you tell us exactly what it is?
Certainly. Good morning, Mel. Thank you so much for having me. So the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, otherwise known as ERAP, assists households by providing up to 12 months of back rent, up to 3 months of rent moving forward, and assistance with overdue electric or gas bills. So if you've been impacted by COVID, either directly through loss of employment or indirectly because you've had to remain home to care for your kids or loved ones, you might be eligible for assistance.
That's really awesome. So with the program, do you have to tell your landlord about it, or does the landlord have to tell the tenant? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so that's a really good question. It's important for both the tenants and the landlords to work together. The landlords will need to upload certain additional information confirming the amount of back rent. Also, the tenants will need to attest to certain information, just showing where, they've, experienced a reduction of wages or a loss of employment due to COVID.
Okay, and what do you say to people who might find it difficult to broach it with their landlord or vice versa? Because, I have heard stories of landlords trying to do things and work together with their tenants, and it's not always easy to communicate with each other. What would you say is the best way to sort of discuss this? Because it is a great program.
It most certainly is. Now, if anyone is having a difficult time getting in touch with their landlords, that's something we here at Harvest House don't mind reaching out on behalf of the tenant to the landlord, because it is important that we do have that information.
Oh, that's really great. So if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to reach out to you first up?
Okay, so Harvest House is just one of the agencies in Buffalo that can help tenants and landlords. We can be reached at harvesthousebuffalo.org or by calling 716-855-0654. Our direct extension is 228. But listeners should also call 211 to be connected with either us here at Harvest House or one of the other agencies in their neighborhood for assistance.
That's fantastic. And is there a deadline for this?
So the deadline is coming up. It should be coming up soon. I don't have that exact date, but do not procrastinate. The state will still need time to do their part. So remember, even if you qualify for ERAP but don't apply for ERAP and you owe back rent, your landlord can still evict you.
Okay, right. So sooner rather than later, get on it and get doing it. It's
Absolutely.
A great program that's available for us here in Buffalo, and standoutbuffalo.com is a great place to go. And we'll put all the details up online. Thank you so much, Joycelyn, for joining us this morning. Great information.
Thank you for having me.